ash on my tongue, iron in my lungs, blood on the snow, name on their shields, night in my veins, storm in my ears, wolves trace our steps, God's count our kills. You are waiting for Valhalla, I can hear it in your roar. Every scar a burning banner, every heartbeat keeps the door. You are waiting for Valhalla as the crows begin to call. If I fall in thunder. You are waiting for Valhalla. Frost on the oars, breathe like white smoke. Eyes on the shore, fire in the dark. Oath on my tongue, salt on my cloak. If this is the end, let it leave a mark. You are waiting for Valhalla, I can hear it in your roar. Every scar a burning banner, every heartbeat keeps the door. You are waiting for Valhalla as the crows begin to call. If I fall in thunder. You are waiting for Valhalla. If I do not see the morning, carry my name in your mouth. Raise up the horn, pour the glory, let my children hear the shout. Hey! You are waiting for Valhalla, I can hear it in your roar. Hey! Every scar a burning banner, every heartbeat keeps the door. You are waiting for Valhalla as the crows begin to call. If we fall in thunder. You are waiting for Valhalla. Welcome Tuesday. Nate doesn't have a hat on. Yes, I promised you guys that I would do a real hair reveal today. Holy shit, Nate has hair. Nobody would have thought it, huh? I know, crazy. I have actual hair. I know, it blows people's minds. Anyway, I know, it's hair. Anyway, I promised you guys I would do a hair reveal to show that I do, in fact, have hair. I know it blows everybody's mind. Anyway, we got a quick show tonight. Not, well, it's short right now, right? But yeah, look, I have plenty of hair. Crazy, huh? It's just cut short at the moment. But anyway, guys, we are going to. Well, thank you. We are gonna have a little bit shorter show. Obviously, I told you guys we had to start a little bit early. We are doing WWE Dwarf Wrestling tonight with me and JD Delay. Well, we're not doing it, but we're watching it. All right, so it'll be a little bit shorter show, but that's okay. Now we're going to first thing we're going to talk about is the Karmelo Anthony trial. If you guys didn't see, the verdict came in today, and guilty of murder. So we're going to talk about the day now. I'm not. Well, we'll get into it, right? And there's, I think, a lot more interesting to this story is not the trial itself, but watching how the trial is being used to repivot American society back into the 2019 black versus white race war divide. Race war divide. All right. So we're going to talk about that, and then obviously the trial itself, and that we'll do our regular show, right? Okay. So how's everybody doing tonight? Where's everybody tuning in from? Do we got anything crazy tonight? Anything crazy? I look different without a hat? Of course I do. I know. Everybody thinks I'm bald. Anyway, I made a promise that we would reveal. Anyway, I just like wearing hats. You know what I mean? Tennessee, Texas. Well, we got a lot to talk about with Texas tonight. West Texas. All right. We got Israel in the chat. Tonight. Okay. Well, we know there's always a few. Yeah. We're going to talk about that, Bobby. This obviously, we'll get into the case itself. Obviously, the verdict is correct. I don't know if you guys have been following this trial. It's the most open and shut murder case I've ever seen in my life. But we're going to talk about more of the context that is coming with that and how this trial is being used by MAGA more than anything to, again, restoke this divide, this race war. We need a race war to distract us from what's really going on, right? Texas, Indiana. Oh, okay. Yeah, we will talk a little bit about the Apache crash. Yep. I got that on the docket. We had an Apache supposedly shot down, maybe crashed, we're not sure, in Iran, and now the United States is using that as an excuse for defensive strikes. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. It's getting silly. Yep. Okay. Again, we're going to kick the show off pretty quick tonight, all right, and just get started and not waste any time because, again, we got a lot to get through and not a lot of time tonight. I got to be out of here at 6:30 Pacific. Okay, so we got 2.5 hours. We got some time. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's jump right into it and talk about the trial. All right, so as if you haven't seen this, yes, jury convicts Texas teen Karmelo Anthony of murder, not manslaughter, in fatal stabbing of 17-year-old athlete from rival team at high school track meet. So if you're just now tuning into the story, I imagine 99% of you are well aware of the story already. It was viral for years. But yes, a Texas teenager who fatally stabbed a 17-year-old track athlete from a rival team during a competition was convicted of murder Tuesday in a trial that drew attention far beyond the booming Dallas suburb where the two students attended different high schools. Now, of course, this was turned into a giant, like, this is all about race. It's all about race, black versus white. Let me be very clear. This had nothing to do with race. Nothing to do with race. This is a shithead fucking kid who decided to murder another kid. That's the story. We're not going to let BLM and we're not going to let MAGA turn this into some, this was some massive race war-esque type of thing. No, this was a piece of shit kid who murdered another kid. And he did. If you followed the case and you followed the trial, it's the most open and shut murder case ever. If you actually listen to the witnesses, dozens of witnesses, right? Karmelo Anthony basically came into this other team's tent, was asked to leave like 15 times, dozens of witnesses, confrontation breaks out, and he stabs the kid in the heart, right? There's no self-defense, it's murder. However, that doesn't mean that people aren't using this to stoke a lot of divide. Now, we're going to use some of my homie JD Delay's content for this because he has been tracking this and doing a lot of really good content on it. So let's kick it off with some of his stuff that it kind of talks about the trial, but also some of the lies that were told on both sides of the aisle on this one, as society and again, social media has tried to turn this into essentially a race war that is just not.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karmelo Anthony was just found guilty by a jury of 12 of his peers of murder, not manslaughter, but straight up murder. The jury only had to deliberate for under 3 hours.
By the way, in a high-profile murder case, if the jury only takes 3 hours, that means it's like the most open and shut case you've ever seen in your life, by the way.
In a murder case, that is incredibly quick. This was a cut and dry case of murder. The next step in this, of course, is going to be sentencing. The judge has a lot of leeway here.
Yep.
It could be as low as 5 years in prison or as high as 99 years in prison. The death penalty and natural life in prison are off the table, but I'm pretty sure 99 years would cover that if that's what the judge wants to do. In my personal opinion, I think anywhere between 7 and 20 years is what the judge is going to settle on due to the fact that the defendant is so young. But I'd love to hear what your guys' prediction is down in the comments. Now what we have to deal with is if there's going to be any communal backlash. Like if we're going to do the Summer of Love 2, where people go and burn down local businesses and rob big stores. Black Panthers have already been outside of this courthouse carrying AR-15s throughout this trial, so they are definitely trying to push that type of energy. Do you guys think this is going to go off the rails or not? Let me know down in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, Karmelo Anthony was just found guilty by...
All right, I'm getting a poll ready here, guys. Now, first thing I want to say with you guys is what you guys think the sentence is going to be here. Again, there's, as JD said, there is massive leeway for the judge. Anywhere from what? 5 years to 99 years. So we're going to do a poll. What do you guys think the judge is going to go with here? Okay. As JD said, JD knows the law and how judges act a lot better than I do. He thinks it'll only get, 10 to 20 years at most because he's a minor, I guess you could say 17. And typically minors aren't, 17-year-olds aren't tried as a minor. I would hope to see at least minimum of 30 years, right? 30 to life. Again, this was massive, just straight aggravated murder. I don't really care that you're 17 years old. 17 years is old enough, in my opinion, to not fucking murder people. However, you never know with these things, right? Being a 17-year-old. Now, there's some interesting stuff too about
Karmelo Anthony. Y'all.
Where was it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
So there's actually been some things that aren't true about the story, right? One being, let's watch this. JD's going to explain this way better than I'm going to explain it. So lies on both sides of the aisle and the media coverage. Lies about Karmelo Anthony. Lies about Austin Metcalf. Supposedly that Austin Metcalf was bullying him. Self-defense. None of that. At least what the jury thought, none of that turned out to be true. But there is some interesting stuff about this. Let's watch.
We could have a verdict for the Karmelo.
This was right before the verdict, by the way.
Anthony case in the murder of Austin Metcalf any minute now. Both the prosecution and the defense have rested their cases, given their closing arguments, and the judge just gave the jury his instructions. And a lot of people are pissed off at what those instructions were. The judge actually allowed the jury to find Karmelo Anthony guilty of manslaughter instead of straight up murder. Manslaughter means that instead of intentionally murdering Austin Metcalf, that Karmelo Anthony was just reckless in his actions and it was an unintentional killing. There's only 3 ways that the jury can rule on this now, though. Guilty of murder, guilty of oopsie fucksies, I accidentally killed him, or not guilty. If found guilty of manslaughter, Karmelo Anthony could face as little as 2 years in prison or all the way up to 20 years in prison. If found guilty of murder, he could face all the way up to 99 years in prison. And if he's found not guilty, I'm going to go out and riot, burn down some locally owned businesses, steal me a couple pairs of brand new Nikes and a flat screen TV. I'm just playing. I would never do that because...
All right, well, that's going to happen, by the way. We all know that's coming.
Ladies and
gentlemen. Now, also, this one's interesting because there was some misleading things said about Karmelo Anthony's family that turned out not to be true as well.
Out Karmelo Anthony's family took all that money, gave him a public defender, and bought a new house is just the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That's actually not what happened, though, and a simple Google search could have told you that. Mike Howard was not appointed by the state. He was hired by the Anthony family as a private attorney. They actually paid him to do this case. I think that the confusion comes from the fact that Mike Howard started out as a public defender, but now he's moved on to a private practice. And there's a lot of people on here that are saying that Mike Howard is doing a bad job. Personally, I don't think he is. Dude was given no self-defense case to begin with. It's pretty cut and dry, and Karmelo Anthony absolutely admitted to being the one who killed Austin Metcalf. Despite the people with double-digit IQs spreading internet rumors, all the physical evidence and the witness testimony points to straight-up murder. Best possible thing that Mike Howard could do as a defense attorney in this case is try to create reasonable doubt, and that's what he did. And I still don't think it's going to be enough.
And it wasn't, but that's why I like JD. JD's covered this, covered it really well from an unbiased perspective of, calling out the bullshit on both sides. And it's interesting that social media has, spun these narratives, I guess you could say, about one, the first being of Austin Metcalf was this, mean bully who, attacked Karmelo Anthony first. All that was totally made up. And then you had the other side that was making shit up about Karmelo Anthony and their family. So why might they be doing that? Why might they be doing that? Well, I started to look around and I noticed that some of the channels, social media channels that have been completely fucking dead in the water, you're going to be shocked at who I show you here. They have been doing now is black versus white divide content. That's it. That's all their channels have turned into now following this trial. It's almost like it's old reliable, right? Old reliable is, hey, we need people to stop paying attention to the fact that MAGA is a failed political party. Donald Trump is a disaster. The economy's in shambles. The Iran war is still spiraling out of control. Still have no transparency in the Epstein files. But you know what a really great way to get people fucking distracted from all of that is? That's right. Get black and white people to hate each other again, right? And let me show you that. Let me start showing you what I just started looking around and I figured, let me check some of the grifter channels and see what they're doing. So of course we had to head on over to Matt Walsh. My audio's off? No audio. Check. Stream's fine for you. Just refresh, guys. Refresh your browser. Refresh your browser. Sometimes it could be on your end, right? So just refresh your browser. Usually that'll fix it, okay? Because everybody else is saying it's good. All right. So anyway, I decided, and I just started looking around today. How are all the shills covering this, and what are they talking about? Let's go to Matt Walsh. Now, if you notice, here's Matt Walsh's YouTube channel, and this is all Matt Walsh can talk about. Black versus white, 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 black versus white. It's all he's got. Black versus white, black versus white. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the last 10 videos from Matt Walsh have all been stoking the black versus white divide. I wonder why. I wonder if his daddy, Ben Shapiro, told him this is what he needs to cover. Again, believe what you want. Just refresh your browser, guys. If audio's not here. So again, this is all, I'm just noticing things, right? I'm just noticing things is when your channel's dead, you go back to old reliable, stoking that left versus right divide. Now, who else? Oh, that's right. Talmud Tatum. Talmud Tatum, of course, he loves this type of shit, right? Everything he's posting. He's got his kid on here to talk about Karmelo Anthony, right? So pretty much all black versus white divide coming out of Tatum. Who else? Oh, Benny Johnson, right? Oh, look, we go to Benny Johnson's What's Everything He's Talking About. And look at these thumbnails. Now, I get it. This kid's a murderer, but we're obviously trying to be a little racist on top of it because that's what Benny does. Karmelo. UK beheading. This is black versus white, 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 black versus white. It's all they can talk about. It's all they can talk about. Now, again, for me, this is not a story about race. This is a story about a shithead kid who murdered another kid in high school. And of course, that's what it's going to be turned into. That's the entire purpose, is getting us right back to where we were in 2019. How long has it been since like this, race war shit has even been in the news? right? Like what the BLM riots, 2019. It's been like 7 years, and we got to go all the way back. I mean, you can, if you want to think this is all about race, feel free. Like, knock yourselves out. You're so far behind the curve of what the problem in America is, right? It's been 6 years since we did this. But again, isn't this interesting that when politics start failing, this is what everybody reverts back to? And it's both sides. You're going to see it out of the black community too, right? You're going to see the black community turn this kid into a martyr. The next George Floyd, here we go, right? How he's a martyr. He's innocent. No, he's fucking not. No, he's not. We just look at these things objectively and go, this is straight up a murder case, and we don't need to restoke some fucking race war, in my opinion, at least. Now, are people going to go out and loot Walmarts and Targets? Probably. Yeah. Opportunists are going to do that, but ideally, I would like to see. You're not going to see me using this as content to again stoke some fucking stupid race war, which would be very easy for me to do, by the way. Yeah. And Jake Lang did show up, of course, to stoke it. To JD's point, yeah. Again, JD. That's why we're using JD's content on this one, because he covered it super well and super unbiased. And again, seems like a pretty cut and dry murder case. You know, I hope this kid gets basically the maximum. I don't want to see. I mean, I'd say give him 99 years. I don't give a shit, personally. But at the same time, let's focus on the real problems in this fucking country, right? Because here's what they want. They want to get us back to all of the white people thinking all of your problems are because of black people. And they want to get black people thinking all of your problems are because of those evil, oppressing white people. When at the end of the day, if we could ever sort of figure out together that it's not black versus white, Christian versus Muslim, or left versus right, it's we the people versus the power establishment, we might actually fucking make some strides in this country. But probably not, guys. But at least on this channel, you're not going to see me using my platform to push some stupid fucking agenda like you're seeing on the MAGA platforms. Or either way, right? I'm not going to use my platform to push some agenda the opposite direction either. I'm wrong. Unlikely that I'm wrong. It's far more likely that I'm right on this one, to be honest. You're just not intelligent enough to understand it, most likely. Okay, now let's jump into the show. Let's keep it moving. Obviously, we're going to find out what happens with the actual sentencing here in the next couple of days. But let's move into the actual show. Now, this is kind of proving my point of where we're at politics-wide. So, if you need a guide to modern 2026 politics, here you go. A short guide to U.S. politics. Here's Democrats. Here's Republicans. And here's all of fucking us sitting here in the middle, realizing what the real problems in this country actually are. So, like I said, communists to my left, Zionists to my right, and I am stuck here in the middle with you, it turns out. Okay. Speaking of voting, let's start off with a little comedy, because again, while everybody's stoking this black versus white divide and race war, let's talk about what's going to happen upcoming with the midterms. Tim Dillon is a perfect person to listen to for that.
And everyone's talking about the midterm. Well, the midterm, there's not going to be any midterms. Israel is going to nuke the midterms.
Yep.
There's no midterms out there. The fantasies you people have about these midterms are hilarious. There's no midterms. Israel's fully nuking the midterms. We'll be in a war with Turkey by then.
Yep.
And you'll actually support it. It'll go the other way because you're just going to start to accept it. But there are no midterms. Sorry about that. I know it seems like a nice way out to do the midterms, but at this point, I don't know. Does anyone feel that the midterms are going to happen? Now, I think they should happen, and I think the Republicans should lose. They've gone back on a lot of their campaign promises. But does anyone feel like the midterms are? I'm just asking out there.
He's right.
Does anyone feel great about the midterms? Like you and your buddies go to the bakery and get a vegan, little apple thing, and you're like, I'm going to vote at the midterms. Does anyone feel like that's going to go on? I hope it does. By the way, I hope it does. But it just feels like by that time, what are we got, about a year? Midterms are about a year? Well, I hope they happen, but Trump might go to BB and say, listen, here's the deal. You need to nuke the midterms. We got to figure this out. And BB's going to understand that. BB's going to go, listen, the last thing I need is the Democrats to come in and then this guy to get impeached and convicted and removed.
Yep.
We're working here. We're doing work. We can't have these things. Now, say what you want about Israel, but here's the deal. They are invested in our country. They are. Israel's a friend that has chosen to take a keen interest in our activities. Some friends you have are very casual. I know this. You have very casual people in your life that don't really care what you're doing. Oh, you're dieting? Good for you. And then there are people that take a keen interest in your behavior. Maybe some would call it smothering. A friendship, a closeness that's rather inappropriate. It might feel stifling. It might be a little claustrophobic at times. But that's the relationship we have with Israel right now. It's a friend who's taking a keen interest.
There we go.
In what we're choosing to do.
Okay. All right. I got to put the hat back on. I'm going to start getting sweaty. Getting sweaty under all these lights in here. That's part of the other problem being in here. It gets hot as shit, and then I start sweating. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? We could probably do a poll on that. Who thinks the midterms are even going to happen at this point? We saw what happened with the Thomas Massey race. So, I mean, let's see what you guys thought. 10-30 is what most people thought for the verdict. I think that's probably pretty accurate. All right, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll real quick on who thinks are the midterms going to happen. I know a lot of people just don't even believe they're going to happen at this point. So I think there's a lot of fairness to that. All right, real quick, we're going to talk a little bit about the video I put out today, and that is Donald Trump going to the Knicks game last night. You haven't seen the video yet. Well, he got viciously booed. I mean, this is absolutely wild. Let's take a look. A lot of people haven't seen this, which is a really good video that shows the actual crowd. So let's listen to the actual crowd. There was one clip, but the media tried to dole out the audio on it, so you couldn't hear the boos as loud. This one is not doled at all. Watch this. Oops. Ouch. Ouch. Now, if you haven't seen this, Donald Trump also showed up and immediately, that's my bad real quick, guys. Sorry, I dropped the ball on this clip here. Let's pull it back up. Immediately fell asleep. Look at this. Just racked. Watch everybody start cheering and he doesn't move. just fucking racked out. Imagine that. You go through all of that fucking effort, like the amount of extra bullshit everybody had to deal with for him to be there through enhanced security, closing down like 10 streets around Madison Square Garden, all for him to show up and immediately just fall asleep on the fucking couch. I mean, he can't make it up. Now, they did want to have him courtside. Unfortunately, they were not able to install the toilet in time. And we all know Donald Trump probably didn't have his diaper ready. And so they made sure to put him in the press box as well, right? So unfortunate that he didn't have his toilet built out seat so that he could didn't have to worry about shit in his pants. But it is what it is. Now, how funny is this? So Benny Johnson and all the MAGA cucks are trying to now say that what we just listened to was the crowd chanting USA, USA, USA. Imagine being this guy. Imagine being Benny Johnson and actually posting this. Like, bro, that's like USA, USA, USA. Let's see real quick if we can go back and if we can hear the USA chants together, guys. All right, let's see. Benny Johnson. All right, can we hear him? USA. Here, let's listen. Now, also, why was Donald Trump saluting? Never served in the military. Why are you saluting? Why are you saluting during the national anthem, bud? Put your hand over your heart like a civilian that you are, fucking weirdo. But anyway, yeah, sorry, Benny. I did not, I didn't hear the USA chants on this one. So that's the way it goes. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the what's going on with the war because apparently we're not even fighting it anymore, but Iran is still just schwacking Israel. So we got that going on for us. Let's hit some super chats real quick. I don't want to fall too far behind. Oh, I've got, yeah, dude. I actually have hair. Tim Pool is completely bald. Call sign Man Bear Pig. What's up, brother? Said missed last Friday's live. That's okay. This UFC event, I'm confused based off of who they defend. I figured MAGA only likes seeing children in the oh my god, dude. MAGA only likes seeing children in the cages. That's a good ice joke. Hide your kids, hide your husbands. They're R-ing everyone up in here. Yes, yes. Well, we know the entire audience there is just a bunch of rich pedophiles. So there's that. Justice for Austin, prayers for the nation. Only we can stop the division. 100% agree with this. Bobby, great comment. Yeah, definitely prayers for Austin and his family. And, you know, hopefully, again, hopefully Americans don't fall for this stupid bullshit, for this artificial divide they're going to try to cook up. Thank you, Bobby. Love your show all the way from Louisiana. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. Let's go from Buff. Thank you, brother. Supposedly the IRA is activating again. Have you seen this? Is it true? I have heard little bits about this, but I haven't seen like a deep dive story on it. But I have heard the rumors about this. So if it does kick off, I'm sure we'll cover it. Haven't seen a whole lot yet though. Do you think the smear campaign against Graham Plattner is the start of the establishment MAGA moving against the progressive movement? Yes. Well, it's a uniparty movement. So it's blue MAGA and red MAGA trying to unite to keep any populist candidate, especially a popular populist candidate like Graham Plattner, out. So yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing here. Will it work? I don't know. It worked against Thomas Massey. It worked again. If they put enough money into it, that's the thing with these fucking, the way elections work, the vast majority of people are still, unfortunately, boomers who get their news from cable news. So it's scary. It's tightening, but we'll see how much money they dump into it. I imagine it'll be the next Thomas Massey race. They'll probably dump another 20-30 million into the race before the end of it. AIPAC will. They're scraping the bottom of the tired old culture war garbage. Yeah, they are. It doesn't really feel like it's working though, guys. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Like, it doesn't seem like the same. People are just kind of like, okay, whatever. From what I've seen so far. I haven't seen the riots. I haven't seen even from the African American community side. I haven't seen, like the going and burning everything down or anything like that. So hopefully we're going to miss that. I'm on time. Well, typically you're late, and we started an hour early. I think you look younger with a cap. Yeah, was it your luscious locks? Well, thank you. Duchess says, off topic, but you know the new iPhone has Israeli chips in it? Yeah, we covered this already. All iPhones going forward have chips made in Israel. Yeah, we covered that on one of the recent videos we did. Okay, let's jump into it, talk a little bit about what's going on with the war. Now, this is kind of interesting because I have noticed this to be true. And that is, it seems like every time Trump tries to completely shut down the war, another really bad piece of information comes out about the Epstein files. It says here, whenever Trump hesitates on Iran, another Epstein story about his family drops. And then he immediately shuts down the peace deals. You guys notice that? It says here, a former Brazilian model has claimed the first lady was an escort for Epstein, her best friend, not just a Brazilian model, her literal best friend, and met the president through the notorious sex offender. Yeah. So, anyway, that's going on. Now, let's, here's just some funny clips about the war here. Don't know who these guys are, but I came across this clip and it was pretty funny and true.
Hate to say this, and the Lockheed liberals are going to come after me for this, but it's just true. The IRGC is the only real opposition party to the Republicans at this point.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man. Like I don't want that to be the case, but it's just true. Like what this shows us, the fact that Iran is doubling down on their blocking the Strait of Hormuz, saying nothing's going to move out, no dialogue's going to happen unless Israel pulls out of Lebanon and Gaza. What this tells us is Iran is serious about continuing this war.
Yeah,
absolutely. They have sustained an enormous amount of damage and casualties and lives lost and all this other stuff, but they're willing to continue because they're not going to back down to the United States.
Surprise, surprise, Iran dug their heels in. This is all a continuation of what we've been saying for the past 4 months, because this war, I believe, is in its 4th month or entering its 4th month. Yep. This was supposed to be 4 weeks. Now they don't even pretend that it was going to be 4 weeks. Now they don't even pretend to fight the war in 4 to 6 week phases. Now it is probably going to go till September, like that one estimate said, and likely even further beyond, because nobody on any side of this is capitulating.
And look, we do have to appreciate that the Iranians thus far, throughout this entire conflict, they've had a sense of humor. Yeah. And I gotta appreciate them dropping this announcement on Monday market open.
What?
Like that's pretty good.
No, yeah, they did drop this at like 9:30 in the morning, dude. That's
so what we're talking about is Iran yesterday morning at 9:30 a.m., literally right when the market opened, announced that there will be no more peace negotiations with the United States. So they're basically fucking now. They're purposely fucking with Donald Trump's stock market manipulation, right? So what Iran is now doing is essentially waiting for the market to open and then dropping some type of information that massively fucks Donald Trump's weekend stock market manipulation plans. So that's where we're at in this conflict, where a lot going on. Now, I love that this story broke, guys. I don't know if you remember, okay? I don't know if you guys remember. When we were talking back about the pilot that got shot down, right, inside of Iran, I told you guys, I know something about this pilot that got shot down, but I can't tell you because it would immediately give up my source of where I got my information, right? Well, this is what I knew. And they finally just reported on it. And that is that, you guys remember the Kuwaiti pilot right here that got shot down by Kuwait in that F-15? Well, turns out that was the same pilot that got shot down in Iran. That exact same pilot got shot down twice. Now, I knew about it. I couldn't tell you guys because, do you guys remember me telling you I know something about the pilot that got shot down, but I couldn't tell you guys about it because, again, it would give away my source. But yeah, that's definitely true. I've known about that for a month, that the same pilot who got shot down in Kuwait was the pilot who got shot down inside of Iran. Yeah, no, that's real. That story is 100% real. I've known about it since the day that it happened, but I couldn't tell you guys because, again, that's why I say, like, I don't know everything, but I do have pretty good. I told you guys you'd laugh your asses off, right? Yep. So yeah, the same pilot that got shot down in Kuwait was the one who got shot down. Also, is he ever gonna yes, somebody just said career change. Yeah. Is he ever gonna live that down? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know if anybody's been shot down twice. He's okay. He was okay both times, thank God. But it's just, that's pretty bad luck. That's pretty bad luck to be the first person shot down twice, like back to back in a conflict. Because there's a lot of pilots, right? So no, there's tons of pilots, but he just happened to be the one that got shot down twice. Yeah, is he gonna go for the trifecta? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. He was okay though. So he was the not the WSO. So remember in the pilot, there was 2 pilots shot down inside of Iran. The weapons systems officer is the one that was gone for like over a day. It was the actual pilot to the F-15 who got shot down in both of those. So no, not even in a dogfight. Not a dogfight. So somebody said call sign flaming turd. All right, let's talk about where we're at in the war. Let's see what Marco has to say here.
Trump has said, and the facts clearly bear out, the United States of America holds all the cards.
That's a funny statement.
There is no scenario here in which if they decide to join a ladder of escalation, they wind up getting the last say. But our preference is for these straits to be opened to the way they're supposed to be open, back to the way it was. Anyone can use it. No mines in the water. Nobody paying tolls.
There we go. That's the new objective, guys. The new objective to the war is to go back to exactly where we were at before the war. Sick. Art of the deal. Art of the deal. Wasted a couple $100 billion, 13 American lives lost, and yes, right back to where it was. But don't worry, this just happened today, as of a few hours ago. A Apache helicopter was shot down in Iran. Yes. Why was an Apache helicopter one of the easiest aircraft to shoot down? Again, helicopters do not fly fast, by the way. Why was an Apache helicopter inside of fucking Iran? I don't know. All the comments here. Here's me. Why are we flying Apaches in Iran? War's over, by the way. Thought Iran didn't have any more weapons. It turns out, yeah, I don't know. I guess he was in the Strait of Hormuz, shot down in the Strait of Hormuz at this point. Also, guys, we have already started initiating targeted strikes on Iran, and we are calling them defensive strikes in response to this Apache helicopter being shot down. So again, guys, this war is really going well, really de-escalating, huh? So again, yeah, pretty much back to square one. Okay, now everything's going to be a little bit shorter in the sections here, guys, because again, we're a little bit short on time tonight, but we're going to jump into the economy next. Now, how's the economy going? How's everybody feeling about the economy? Everybody feeling good? Everybody feeling like this is the greatest economy we've ever seen? The affordability crisis is completely under control. Everybody feeling good? Here's what Donald Trump had to say about the economy this week. He says, prices are down, income is up, our borders closed. He got one right. Gasoline is cheap. Okay. Inflation is dead. Our country is booming, and companies are pouring into America like never before. I do like the headline. How to lie 7 times in less than 30 words. This is amazing, isn't it? Prices are objectively not down. They're up. Incomes are stable. They're not up. Our border, it's okay, I guess. That's the one sort of gleaming decent thing. Gasoline is more expensive than it's been in, almost ever. Inflation is ramping up out of control. We're up near 40% now, getting back towards those 5, 6, 7% numbers. So, again, this is according to Donald Trump. The economy is absolutely crushing. Let's see how the American people think about Donald Trump's statements here. So Donald Trump's handling of the economy. This is a Fox News poll, which is, again, the MAGA boomers. This is the most generous poll you're going to find on the internet. And only 29% approve of Donald Trump's handling of the economy. The economy. He has a 71% disapproval rating on the fucking economy via Fox News polls. Absolutely brutal. And here's some numbers. Here's some actual numbers, right? And these things are important. So if we go back to 2003, the median salary in America was $42,000. Today, or not today, this is a couple years ago. This has obviously not gone up that much. 20 years later, the median salary, $54,000, a 27% increase. Now, if you just go to home prices in 2003, median home price, $182,000. 20 years later, this has obviously gone up too. Median home price, $454,000, a 150% increase. Now, if you factor in home prices, gas prices, food prices, electricity prices, everything we deal with, they're all up like that. But no, your salaries most certainly are not up. So, yeah, fortunately, things are not going well. Not going well. Now, Donald Trump started talking about how well we're doing with black jobs. I'm not sure what this means. I'm going to play the clip first and see if you guys can help me understand what the fuck he's talking about.
We're doing very well with the black jobs, African-American jobs. I saw some numbers that we're doing really well. But where we're really going to do well is when all these plants are open. We're building many car plants. We're bringing cars back from Germany. We're bringing, we lost the car industry years ago. 54% of the industry went to Germany, Japan, Canada, Mexico. It's all coming back. It's amazing.
What are black jobs? Is it what metric are we talking about here? What's a black job? I mean, I'm honest. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm honestly asking you guys, what does that mean? Apparently there's polling for it because he said, "Look at the numbers." I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I know you guys are getting real racist with that. Obviously, I probably shouldn't have even fucking made the joke. Shouldn't have even made the joke, knowing you shitheads. Of course, but anyway, my point is, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the metric of that is. Again, but does the Republican Party really have their finger on the dial of what's going on with the black community? Well, turns out House GOP is set to have 0 black Republicans for the first time since 1991. So, yeah, the GOP is really doing well. Building that coalition out. So, yeah, that's interesting. What else has the Republican Party got going on? Okay, this is also how you build coalitions. Representative Andy Ogles says homosexuality has no place in America. Happy Nuclear Family Month. Okay. Well, most likely, if I had to guess, the odds that Representative Andy Ogles is a closeted homosexual, given the track record of anti-gay Republicans in Congress, I would say there's probably a 99.9% chance Representative Andy Ogles, if you see this, that we all know you're a closeted homosexual. So the Republicans do have that going on, right? They hate the gays, but they love the closeted homos. That's for sure. Now, what? I also told you about this fucking idiot, Nancy Mace, who tried to LARP as an American firster. This is her actual Instagram page that she posted this week, by the way, where she posted a picture of her and Donald Trump after Donald Trump has completely shit on her and not endorsed her. So how pathetic this fucking is. And she posted, "MAGA Mace. I'm the only candidate running for governor who worked for President Trump and helped him get elected the very first time he ran." Okay. So there you go. Old Beansy, as Kyle Kalinske likes to call her. And here she is again, just really simping for Trump this week. She says, contrary to Pam's lies, excuse me, I did not vote to impeach Donald Trump. He and I have a great relationship. Don't believe Pam's lies. As there she is posting pictures of her with old Trumpy boy. So I told you guys, did I not tell you guys? When she started to try to come out and be this America firster, I told you she's full of fucking shit. I told you guys. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Who else? Oh, that's right. Ron Paul's disappointment of a son is getting shouted out by Donald Trump now. Yes, Senator Rand Paul says there should never be any situation where a Republican who campaigned on POTUS's America First agenda turns around and rallies with Democrats to poison Bill, blah, blah, blah. Donald Trump responds to Rand Paul, very impressive. Proud of you, President DJT. Yes. As somebody said here, Rand, please don't massy me, Paul. Yeah, so again, one of the, I would say, biggest disappointments in America, but also, God, could you imagine how disappointed Ron Paul is of his cuck son? Oh, you fought you're Ron Paul, and you fought your entire career against pieces of shit like Donald Trump, and then your son's out there taking Trump's little fucking orange carrot to the back of his tonsils like he's Bonnie Blue. You know, I mean, my God, Rand, get it together. I know you can throat a lot of orange cock, but have a little integrity, please. Your dad is incredibly disappointed of you. Clip that and send it to Rand. Okay, that's a good clip. You should actually probably, you guys, if there's any clippers on the channel, you probably should clip that one and send it to Rand because that was pretty brutal. But also well-deserved. Ronnie Blue, yes. Old Ronnie Blue out here. Oh, my God, just gargling fucking Trump's nuts. Rough. Okay. Got to keep it moving. All right, what's going on? All right, we got Trump's kid out here saying shit like this. All right, Barron Trump hosted a private dinner at Mar-a-Lago where he joked, who would ever eat food with a silver spoon? Mine was gold. And I love the caption. He's going to be so evil. Yeah, we should probably take care of this before we should probably nip this one in the bud, guys. I don't think we need to allow this to come to its full fruits. He's gonna be a problem for sure. Here's another one. Again, we're just talking shit at this point, guys. Honestly, nothing professional about this episode at the moment. We're just literally shit talking people. Here's Marco Rubio, and I didn't know that his ears are some of the most obnoxious shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Take a look.
In the fuck is going on with his earlobes, people? This man's earlobes. Oh my God. That's the biggest ears I've ever seen. Can we?
Again, just talking shit, just to talk shit at this point. But don't worry, we're not the only ones who are talking shit about old Marco. Marco has had a rough week in the halls of Congress. If you haven't seen this, he's been getting absolutely brutalized everywhere he goes. If you guys haven't seen these, they're amazing. Let's watch.
You're a cuck for Israel. You're a cuck for Israel. Fuck you. You're a cuck for Israel. You're a cuck for Israel. Fuck you.
Okay. Don't worry. That's not all. He's been receiving it everywhere he goes.
Israel committed a genocide in Palestine. It's still ongoing, and now they're committing another genocide in Lebanon. And what are you doing? You're serving Israel. Stop serving Israel.
Okay, again, Marco. Marco's having a rough time out here, but we're not done. There's more.
Rubio, you're a war criminal. You have blood on your hands, Rubio. The blood of Palestinians and Iranians and Lebanese people are on your hands. Shame on you. War criminal. You're a war criminal. Stop the war in Iran, Lebanon, Palestine.
Good for these people. I don't know. Yeah, somebody said he hears it. That's a good giant ear joke. Now, he obviously, I don't know who these people are and how they're just in Congress, just destroying him everywhere he goes. But shout out to those people because he's just getting absolutely dumpstered on and just berated and heckled everywhere he goes. What else is going on in the Trump administration? Good news, right? Good news. Yes. Turns out Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's personal fucking criminal defense attorney, who's now the actual the actual attorney general, had this to say 2 days ago. Todd Blanche announces that the DOJ will not be releasing the remaining 2.5 million Epstein files they have. He says they have moved on. Wow. Just fuck it. They're just saying fuck it, guys. Yep. Still got 3 million documents left, but Todd Blanche has just said, and now we've moved on. Have you guys moved on? I don't think we, the American people, have moved on at all. What else has the Trump administration got going on? A lot of good stuff out here. Right? I know this is a really uplifting episode so far, guys. Turns out, yes, breaking. Over 1,000 leaked documents confirm that the FBI will begin classifying citizens who oppose AI in data centers as violent extremists. Yes. So there you go. Kash Patel is going to be working hard to track down and, again, yes, start labeling any of you who protest against AI data centers as violent extremists. Good stuff. What else out of the Trump administration? Well, I guess. Okay, if you guys didn't see this story, so disappointing. I mean, Anna Paulina Luna has been on my show. She was a fantastic guest. A lot of great work in helping us with the John Chapman story. And I don't know what happened to her. And Anna, if you see this, I don't care because you've become a total embarrassment. But did you guys see her? You guys see her fake being attacked? Have you guys seen this story yet? She literally Juicy Smollett herself. Anna Juicy Smollett Luna. Let's watch. Let's look at this, right? So again, as you see here, let's go through the story. And I have the video to show you of her being attacked here. Breaking, Anna Paulina Luna is calling on Senator Mike Lee, or excuse me, Speaker Mike Lee, to ban the left-wing activist group Code Pink from Capitol Hill after she was physically assaulted by their head organizer. Yes, Anna was physically assaulted. Let's watch Anna Juicy Smollett Luna get assaulted here.
I was literally trying to walk away from this person, and they smacked me.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
They smacked my arm.
Did you see that?
Oh
my god!
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
No, it doesn't matter. You just touched me.
Oh my god!
Walk away right now, or I'm going to call Capitol Police. Don't touch me.
I will walk away. Bye-bye.
Oh my god!
So
oh my god! Oh my god! Did you see that assault? Did you guys see that? Oh, did you that violent 70-year-old woman who just assaulted her? Let's watch again. I am in shock. Anna, I am in shock for you. Oh my Lord. Let's one more time. Oh my God. Watch this brutal assault in real time.
I was literally trying to walk away from this person, and they smacked me.
In what part of the body?
They smacked my arm.
You are misinformed. In Cuba.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. You just touched me. You're going to walk away right now, or I'm going to call Capitol Police. Don't touch me.
I will walk away.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I have never seen something that vicious before in my life. This is horrible. I can't believe we're even going to do this, but let's take a look and see what this violent woman had to say in response. This is horrible. Look at this dangerous woman who assaulted her. Oh my God.
Working for foreign governments and being paid for by foreign governments. So we walked out with her to say, we are volunteers. This is such BS. Come on, you know that this is just harassment. And as we were talking, she said something so ridiculous that I tapped her like that to say, oh, come on.
You are misinformed.
When's the last time you were in Cuba?
Whoa, okay. Touched me.
And now she is saying that I assaulted her and
I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Life in prison and send $100 billion to Israel right now. Right now. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Open and closed. Life in prison for that woman, $100 billion to Israel right now. Right now. I can't believe what I watched. Absolutely. Absolutely heroic by Anna there. God. What are you doing? What do you do? Do you know how stupid and bad that makes you look? You know how horrible that makes you look? Oh, God. Like, come on. Give me a fucking break, dude. A 70-year-old woman barely grazed you, and you throw a tantrum saying that you were physically assaulted and you're going to press charges. Oh, my God. Again, life in prison, $100 billion to Israel right now. I've seen enough. I'm sure you guys agree. We've seen enough. Now, final thing here. We'll talk about what's going on with the Trump administration. Again, a lot of good stuff here tonight. You can see how serious these people are. Todd Blanche saying he's going to put up roadblocks to prevent prosecution, well, from himself and his friends.
President Trump absolutely faced prison if he hadn't won the election in 2024. Democrats have been talking a lot about what they call Project 2029, their plans to prosecute the president, administration officials, ICE agents after the term is up if they regain power either on Capitol Hill or in the White House. Do you believe that's a possibility? And what can be done to prevent this kind of political retribution from Democrats?
Well, do I believe it's a possibility that the Democrats will go after President Trump, his family, anybody that knows him, anybody that worked for him? I think they've proven that to
They'll go after him for actual crime and fraud he's committing, by the way.
Be true. And what can we do about it is we can just keep on exposing. When we learn about the weaponization that happened for many years, we can keep on exposing it and putting roadblocks in place so it never happens again. I don't worry about, for myself, what happens in the future. I worry about this country. I worry about Democrats, some Democrats coming out and actually already forecasting what they're going to try to do if
Muted, my bad. Anyway, what I was saying there, the Trump administration is committing more crimes and especially financial crimes than any administration we've ever seen. And so why would we not fix it? We should be good, right? Everybody says keep saying muted. I'm unmuted now, right? Yeah, audio's fine. Yeah, that was me. That was actually me. I was muted there, self-muted for a second. Anyway, yeah, I mean, of course, Democrats. I would expect Democrats to go after Donald Trump's family because Donald Trump is committing billions of dollars worth of fucking fraud. I am expecting whoever is running for president to run on the campaign. We will put Donald Trump and his family behind bars for all of their fraud and corruption. There should be accountability. The Epstein files as well. Like somebody. Like, again. Like, why would we not? Okay, let's talk about old Donnie D himself. All right, here's a good picture. Just to showcase the diaper and the hair. But anyway, yeah, here's just a picture of Donald Trump, and you can literally see his diaper that he's wearing. So I just, again, we're just kind of talking shit on this episode tonight, it turns out. So there you go. Take that for what it is. Here's another one. Another good meme here. You got a picture of a monkey and Donald Trump, and it says, "Can you see the difference?" And the account Canada Hates Trump says, "Yes, the monkey is not a pedophile." That's fair. That's a fair take. They're almost the same outside of the pedophilia. Turns out very close. Another report. I don't know if you guys saw this. This one's been going pretty viral this week. And people are saying that absolutely disgusting that Donald Trump smells so bad. Interviewers, and you can actually see their reactions whenever you actually see people get near him. You can see their face actually kind of do like a disgusted like a disgusted take, so I'm assuming this is probably true, that interviewers are using and putting Vicks vapor rub under their noses before interviews because his odor is unbearable. Leaked memo exposes the foul reality. Well, yeah, he shits his pants, right? He's 80 years old, smells like shit. Shout out there shitting his pants. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Also, here's just another picture of Trump. Yes, Trump demotion syndrome is real, Marcel, and you have it. You absolutely have it. Trump demotion syndrome. It's a sycophant disease right now. Trump disappointment syndrome. We've all got it. Here's another picture of Donnie. Anyway, just wanted you guys to see this. His ear, though. Look at his ear. Look at his ear. Look at this beautiful ear. This is looking rough, but look at how well kept this ear is. That's a beautiful, well-kept ear. Definitely not an ear that's been shot with a AR-15 round, 5.56 round. That's for sure. But the ear is looking great. The ear is looking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now, let's check this one out. Because Donald Trump, we covered this in his recent interview, is now claiming he never said that there would be no new wars.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. No more wars. No more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace. I'm not going to start.
Well, yeah, I guess that turned out to be not true. Not true. Pretty sure JD sent me this one. This next one, Donald Trump, if you guys saw this, has really been fascinated with the size of buildings in comparison charts. And he actually put up this new chart, and let's take a look at this.
As compared, so those are among the tallest buildings in the world, including the Empire State Building, World Trade Center, Sears Tower, Chicago. So if you lay it on its side, you take 2 or 3 of them to fill it in because the width is almost 200 feet wide.
Wow.
Size.
Really impressive numbers by Donnie D on this one. This is an odd thing to brag about, but yeah, there you go. He loves a size comparison chart. He does love a size. Oh, this is another one. This is a JD delay joke. I can't take credit for it. So JD sent me this. And he said, it looks like they're trying to pray the pedophile away.
Changed my life. That has changed my mind. That has changed how I treat myself. It's gone. One thing that has changed my life, that has changed my mind.
Oh, yes. Praying the pedophile away. Hopefully it worked. Hopefully. That was your joke. Again, I'm not going to steal. I don't steal the homie's thunder. I don't steal the homie's thunder. All right. That was JD's joke. He's the one that sent it to me and told me that joke. It's fucking hilarious. And so, yes, it does in fact look like they are, in fact, trying to pray the pedophile away. So, look, somebody said he's shitting. Oh my God. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Okay, if you didn't see this, remember Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, who was obviously fired, at least we joked about this. Hold on, before I show you this. We joked about this on the show. As soon as she was fired, what did we say? We said, of course, somebody asked me who I thought Donald Trump would replace her with at the DNI and the Director of National Intelligence. And I said, whoever it is, they will have zero experience in intelligence, right? Because that's how Donald Trump works. So anyway, here we go. Donald Trump replaced Tulsi Gabbard. Who did he do it with? Yes, I'm appointing the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency and chairman of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, William Polt, to serve as acting director of national intelligence. He's got deep experience in managing the most sensitive matters. He has zero intelligence experience. He's never been in the military, never served, never spent any time in any intelligence apparatuses whatsoever, as you can see here. Yes, Trump just appointed Bill Polt to serve as acting director of national intelligence. Polt has zero experience in national security or intelligence. Fantastic. And what was the very first thing that happened? Just in, Trump ordered, this is a couple days ago, Trump orders acting Director of National Intelligence, Bill Pulte, to carry out mass firings at the U.S. intelligence agencies. Wonder why? I wonder why. Just purging everybody. Everybody who was probably looking into him has got to go. Has got to go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, this, if you didn't see, we've talked about it before. Donnie supposedly turning into a tough guy with Bibi. Let's take a look.
You were angry with him. You said, "Are you effing crazy? What are you effing doing? I helped you stay out of jail." Is that true? Did you speak to him in those terms?
I did. I wouldn't say angry. I was a little bit perturbed at his constantly fighting with Lebanon. You know, at some point I said, "Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it." But I have a very good relationship. We've done well together. He always says, we could never have done it, but everybody knows that we could have never done it without the United States. But I've worked very well together. I like Bibi a lot.
So, what's the odds, guys? What's the odds that Donald Trump called Bibi, cussed him out? And you know what's interesting is what happened just the very next day. The very next day after this story broke that supposedly Donald Trump cussed out Bibi, told him he can't bomb Lebanon anymore. What happened the very next day? Israel bombed Lebanon. The very next day after this supposed story where Donald Trump finally put his foot down. That's what all the MAGA cucks are saying. Donald Trump's in control. He put his foot down on Bibi. The very next day, they bombed Lebanon. And that's why Iran started fucking glassing Israel. So that's still going on. All right. We got one about JD before we leave the POTUS v. POTUS. And that is the Mooch. Mooch has always got some great insights on these turds. He's always got great insights on Trump hating JD Vance, by the way.
He's given JD Vance an Italian baptism. You know what an Italian baptism is? You take the guy into the men's room, you trip his feet, and you put his head in the toilet, and you start flushing his head in the toilet. Okay? And that's what they've done to JD Vance. The kids are in trouble. I think the egregiousness of the Witkoff family and the Trump family in trouble. And I'm not their lawyers, but I'd be like, you probably got to get some preemptive pardons going. So now if something were to happen to Trump and Vance becomes president,
he's not going to pardon these people.
He's going to be all lovey-dovey with these people that have been enabling Trump to put his head in the toilet. Not going to happen. He is given.
Interesting. So what he's saying there is that Trump is most likely going to start issuing preemptive pardons soon. And the reason he's going to start issuing them soon is because if something unfortunate, as in a massive heart attack, were to happen to old Donnie, and he goes bye-bye, what happens to all of these fucking people in the Trump administration and the cabinet and the Trump family that are going to need these pardons if Trump's gone and JD Vance takes over? I don't know. It would seem if I was JD Vance, I wouldn't be issuing any fucking pardons because obviously Donald Trump hates his guts. But at the same time, who knows? JD Vance is a gigantic pussy and a gigantic cuck, so he might just go ahead and carry on business as usual. Now, we're going to hit some, hit some of what's going on with influencers in the space here in a minute. Let's do some super chats here real quick. All right. Brown Liquor Baron says no race war for this case. Chud the Builder's case. Yeah, maybe. Kylie, thank you from Australia. Big $50 donation. Appreciate it. Very generous. Knowing everything we know now in 2026, including outcomes of the audits, court cases, recounts, investigations, also acknowledging Donald J. Trump is a documented history of exaggerating, prolific lying. Do you still believe the 2020 election was stolen? No, I've never believed that. Not really. Maybe, but I also think every election's rigged at this point, all of them. So I think that the power establishment puts in whoever they believe is going to be most beneficial to them at that time. That's what I believe. And so rigged, I don't know about rigged. And that stands for 2024 under Donald Trump as well. I don't think any I don't think any election's real in America at this point. Not after what I watched happen with Thomas Massey. I think they're all fake. I think they're all rigged. So yeah, probably. But what does stolen mean? Stolen from who? From the American people? Well, he's our president now, and he's fucking garbage. So what did we have stolen from us in 2020? This? We would have just got this Israel cuck shit? That's what was stolen from the American people? Okay. Cool. Again, I think whoever they think is going to be the most beneficial to the power establishment, that's who becomes president. And in 2020, it was Biden. 2024, they realized it was Donald Trump, right? After Donald Trump took $250 million from Marion Adelson and agreed to be a giant vassal for Israel, he became the choice. And so they made sure he won. So, yeah, that's my feelings on it. I think every election is rigged at this point. Oh, my God, look at this. I didn't know you were stupid. Oh, my gosh. Little MAGA cuck. Little MAGA cuck's brain doesn't work. But yeah, I think all the elections are pretty much rigged at this point. You know what I mean? Again, and not in the traditional sense of like they're dumping ballots, overnight. I think that it's all digital. I just think they have the ability to manipulate the numbers however the fuck they want them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Again, after the Thomas Massey race, I don't know. If you guys want to believe that elections are all fair, then okay, you can. But yeah, after the Thomas Massey race, I'm pretty much black-pilled on voting. I don't think it's going to do shit. I think it's all fucking. It's all we're going to get whoever they want us to get, especially at the presidential level, right? Honestly, the final two people are completely chosen for us as is. So, but this right, selected, not elected. So, all right, let's keep moving. Look good, Nate, but I'm not gonna lie. In your promo, you have long hair, so I thought there's a fair chance that you had a full blown party in the back. I used to have long hair. Yeah, not anymore. Thank you though. Bobby says Texas gave my cousin 30 for his case, and he was a G-Block Army vet. This kid will get 30. Wild. Thank you, Bobby. I found JD from this case. So there you go. Found you from the Charlie Kirk case. Try to never miss an episode. Your volume is fine. Well, thank you. Appreciate you, Blue Eyed. Appreciate you. All right, two more. We'll jump back into it. One way Manson says, I'm very, very black, and I believe he needs to serve 5 to 10. The other kid wasn't innocent. That's not what the witnesses said. Should have gotten adult, but you don't need to pull a knife and stab everyone. Fight if you want to act tough. Yeah. If you pull out a knife and stab someone to death and the witnesses say that it was not self-defense, you deserve a lot more than 5 to 10 years. And again, this is according to dozens of witnesses, right? If you want to believe that, that's fine, but it's the most open and shut murder case we've ever seen in our lives. So that's not a thing. I get it if you're black. Sorry if you feel that way because it's a black kid that stabbed a white kid. But again, it's not about race. And you should sort of be able to separate yourself from that, hopefully. Sad to see people still falling for the race stuff when the real enemies are the billionaires, Trump, cults, and Zionists. This is what they want. Distraction. Agreed. Like JD said when Jake Lang shows up, it's fake and gay. All right, last one. Trump and all the people paid by him are trying to get us to riot so that Trump can call martial law and gain more power. Guaranteed. Well, I wouldn't be shocked. To see that. Now, let's jump into what's going on with some influencers, good and bad. Now, let's start out with this one. I feel like he does this on purpose. He's got to do this on purpose. This has to be trolling. This first one I'm going to show you has to be trolling. Or it's just the craziest projection I've ever seen in my life. And that is, of course, Benny Johnson. As you see, Benny Johnson over here posted this at 5 a.m. Bizarre time to be posting this. This is what Benny Johnson posted. My family during Pride Month. as Benny Johnson is underneath a American flag umbrella, protecting his family from homosexuality. He's got to be trolling, right? There's no way this isn't purposeful. If this is to trigger people like me, right? There's no way. This has to be trolling. It has to be trolling, right? This guy cannot be posting this stuff, right? The most outed, closeted gay guy in the Republican Party is like, just don't. Why, dude? Why post this stuff? I don't understand. It's got to be trolling. It's got to be trolling. It's got to be trolling. It's literally designed to trigger me. It's designed to trigger me. It's got to be. All right, here's a good one from somebody just mentioned Jesse Ventura a second ago, but this was a great. I really like Jesse Ventura, by the way. Here's him talking about how politicians' kids should be mandatory sent to wars if they start them.
You know what I've always said? You know how you got to vote to go to war, supposedly? I've always said we should pass a law that when Congress votes to go to war, someone in their immediate family has to begin immediate military service.
Yep.
If they vote yes to go to war, then someone in their family, because I'm sick and tired of the Vietnam stuff.
Yep. I love that idea. If you are someone in Congress and politician and you vote to send us to go to war, either someone in your immediate family, brother, sister, or child, got to go. You got to go fight the war. Front lines, too. Front lines. You got to join the infantry. So Donald Trump, Barron has to go to the infantry front lines. I think that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. Here's I think we covered this one, but Sean weighing in on what's going on here.
I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't even trust my own intuition when it comes to politics because I thought things were going to be so different, and I got fucking duped.
Nobody knows anything about anything. It's one of the themes of the year. The thing is, like, the Trump thing is so disappointing because he did seem like he was going to be different. You know, he was independently wealthy, so there was some reason to believe he wasn't going to need their money or be swayed by it. He's such a fighter and a middle finger. He's a walking middle finger.
I don't know.
Well, he's not. He's not. We learned that. He's not a walking middle finger. He is the deep state. Donald Trump is the deep state. He was always the deep state candidate. He was always the deep state candidate. He was the Trojan horse. That's why they let him win. We know that in hindsight. We've learned Sean's got a good point there about politics. We have learned so much about politics from Donald Trump and from the Trump administration. And from people like Tulsi Gabbard. And that is, they're all fucking full of it. They're all liars. Pretty much all of them. Right? They could be the most outsider candidate possible. And then you realize, oh, nope, just kidding. Nope. Actually was the deep state candidate the entire time. They just crafty. They're smart. All right. Here's hold on. Sorry, I lost it. But we may not feel that way. Let's see how Sean Hannity and Mark Levine, I mean, God, two just pillars of journalism here, how they feel about Donald Trump.
President Trump's time in office, how will it be viewed through the prism of history as a historian?
He's going to be viewed as a tremendous, historic, great president. As somebody who sees the decline, who talks about it all the time with Biden and the Democrats, who did something certainly no matter, I don't think any president's ever done. He's reached into the culture, not just politics, whether it's DEI, whether it's open borders, whether it's school choice and education. He's taking on all the elements of tyranny, almost all at once. He's reached into the culture like no president I've ever seen to try and breach the decline and the deterioration. That alone, I think he will be viewed as one of the most tremendous presidents in American history.
Look, if Mark Levine knows and thinks, if Mark Levine thinks that you're one of the greatest presidents of all time, that should tell you everything you need to know about his presidency. That he's the worst president, basically, of all time. If Mark Levine thinks that, obviously, it's about as bad as it gets. Now, this is just a random one. I guess she is kind of an influencer at this point, and that is Erica Kirk. And guys, these video games are getting crazy. Again, there's nothing to this other than the fact that, like, look at this video game. And this is Erica Kirk, the Kabbalist widow, with the little Groiper frog. So check this out. With the Turning Point USA background. Who's making this stuff? Who is making this stuff? I mean, this is legit, right?
You are just a goddamn frog!
So, again, I don't know what that is. What game that is? You guys know what that game that is? What? Jeez. Where they got Erica Kirk? I mean, that was like high quality. That was super, super high quality. I don't know what. I'm not a big Space Marine frog. Yeah, fighting Erica Kirk in a TPUSA arena with Charlie Kirk banners flying. Oh, anyway, guys, I don't know what that is. Now, all right, some of these are just funny, guys. This next one is just funny. This is one of the funniest clips ever. If you haven't seen this, we got to watch this. I saw this, and this is one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. Here we go.
Joe Rogan knows me.
A video today of a boxing.
Joe Rogan said on his podcast, I saw Dad beating up his son, and it made me cry.
Why did you beat up your son?
It wasn't my son. It was a 30-year-old man who was just a silly boy who needed a spanking. And so I gave him that spanking in 22 seconds. So I've never fought my son, but maybe I'll make 6'4" MMA man my son next.
This. Oh, just the fact just the fact Joe is so emotional and horrified just to find out that's just two random dudes who fought. Just some old dude with this hairpiece. No relation at all. Just beat the shit out of a guy who was just happened to be boxing. Oh my gosh, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's funny, right? The fact that Joe was so emotional over that, and it was just it's just that dude's like, it's not my son, he's just some random 30-year-old man I fought. Anyway, sorry guys. Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about our greatest ally before we hit the super chats and wrap this up. So again, we talked about this before, talking about Jank being banned from the UK for criticizing our greatest ally. A couple different clips on that.
Since we began. And sometimes I'm concerned about your blood vessels. But when it comes to what you say about Israel, I've been, listening very intently. You've always been very careful to maintain your criticism of Israel and its government in particular and its decisions. But I've never heard you espouse any anti-Semitism. Never heard you be hateful about Jewish people or anyone because of their faith or their ethnicity. So I just don't understand what rationale the UK government could possibly have for banning you. Have you been able to find out any more?
Yeah, so let's break it down. So I go to the airport and they just say that I've been rejected by the British government and I'm not allowed to enter and hence I can't board the plane. They don't give any stated reason. Then about 20 minutes later, that Times article that you mentioned, Pierce, comes out and it says because I criticize Israel in the wrong ways. Now, I don't know if the British government is going to put out a list of the acceptable ways to criticize Israel and the unacceptable ways to criticize Israel. That might be helpful because apparently we're going to need it. Over 60% of Americans are critical of Israel. Will we all be banned from the UK? Should everyone be careful about traveling to the United Kingdom because they might ruin your plans at the end if a different government is unsatisfied with you? Can they put out a list of things you're not allowed to say about Israel? And what's amazing is that you're allowed to say anything you want about the United Kingdom or about America or any other country. And they said the only thing they could grasp at, because I've never said anything anti-Semitic because I don't believe that. In fact, I believe the opposite. And it is that they said that I said that America is controlled by Israel. The Congress is, because they're the top donor in this election.
My bad. Sorry. So think about that. They told him, you're not criticizing Israel in the right ways. In the right way. What does that mean? What do you mean in the right ways? Is there, I didn't realize there was right ways. But let's see. Anna weighed in on this too. So
was naive in believing that we still had liberal democratic values, but we don't. There is no West, okay? Like, we need to get rid of that myth in our minds because that world doesn't exist, okay? The West loves to think about themselves, oh, we're so high and mighty, we believe in liberal democracy, freedom of expression. No, you don't. The people of the UK should feel so embarrassed by their government today. Mm-hmm. And by the way, look, the target was you and Hassan Piker, your nephew, this time around. Mm-hmm. But I want to be clear. I mean, the UK government has been violating freedom of expression for lots of different people. I mean, earlier in the show, I had shown you footage of just ordinary young people at home on their computer. They wrote something critical of Israel. All of a sudden, the authorities show up and arrest them. Palestine Action, a group that was labeled as a terrorist organization, has been rounded up, arrested, punished for their audacity to speak out against genocide and war crimes committed by precious Israel. You know, Israel can do no wrong, right? And I don't know what it is about these governments, these Western governments that purport to care so much about liberal democracy so much, but they are willing to take a big crap on liberal democracy in the name of Israel and their war criminals. That is the reality of the situation.
Cooking, 100% true. All of that's 100% true. It's, again, we like to pretend like we've got freedom of speech until you say anything about a specific government you're not allowed to say. And then all of a sudden, that freedom of speech sort of disappears a little bit, doesn't it? Isn't that interesting how that works? Okay. Some of these are part of the Democrat space, too, here on our show tonight. This is just a hilarious clip. I think this is Adam Mockler talking, interviewing this dude right here. Just another funny one.
The Democrats were the ones that were for slavery. The Democrats were the ones that came up with the Jim Crow stuff.
Even if all of that were true about slavery, which party flies the Confederate flag today?
A lot of the Democrats.
You really think Democrats fly the Confederate flag?
Democrats that, yes.
Overwhelmingly, you'll see a Confederate flag right next to a Trump flag. That's just how it works.
No, I haven't seen that overwhelmingly.
You think, was it Democrats or Republicans trying to take down Confederate statues?
What's the statue got to do with?
You're saying that Democrats are pro-Confederate, but weren't Democrats trying to remove Confederate statues?
Why are they doing that?
Because they're anti-Confederate.
No, they're not.
Why are they trying to remove the statues then?
Because they're trying to change the history of our country.
Oh, poor MAGA. Oh, yeah, poor MAGA. Yes, they struggle sometimes. They struggle a little. Yeah, because. Anyway, just another funny clip there. We did a whole episode on this one. Hunter Biden, literally hilarious. This is my favorite. My favorite response to any tweet so far. Hunter Biden says Coke found at the White House was not his. And he responded, and this was a tweet of his, and he said, "It most definitely was not. I would have never forgotten my drugs." Ah, yes. Hunter Biden, the MAGA whisperer. If you haven't seen my episode on all of his hilarious tweets, Hunter Biden is hilariously based. If you don't like that, I don't care. He's super fucking funny. His Twitter is out of control. And he's one of my new favorite people, just based off of his comedy. He's a literal comedian. And his responses on Twitter are absolutely wild. Okay, let's get into the final part of the show here, and then we'll figure the rest out when we hit the super chats. Okay, here we go. So, you guys remember Section 224 to merge the United States and Israel's militaries? Well, check this out. Uncle Bibi sends a letter to thank Congress for implementing his plan. Yes, and I'll show you the letter here. To fuse the U.S. and Israeli militaries. Yes, here you go. Literally from Bibi. It says, "Dear Congressman Strutzman, I was glad to receive your opposed congressional resolution endorsing my plan to shift the framework of U.S.-Israeli defense cooperation from aid to partnership. I'm heartened by your enthusiastic support for our plan to develop a new memorandum of understanding with the United States government that will draw down U.S. financial military assistance over the next decade and replace it with, you refer to as a new framework for joint defense cooperation co-development." So there you go. Literally, he is the one. Uncle Bibi wrote the bill and gave it to our politicians and told them, excuse me, to vote on it. How is this a thing? How is this a thing? How is this not treason of the United States government? This is a foreign government's prime minister who is openly admitting to literally devising bills for the United States legislation. How is this not treason? How is this not treason? How is this happening? I don't know. They're saying it out loud. Again, I don't know. Now, if Bizarro 2026 timeline now has also Kim Jong-un, who is also becoming a world favorite. As Kim slams Israel and says, Israel is a cancer to peace. It is not a country. It's a terror project backed by Washington. Kim Jong-un. Okay. Didn't think I'd be out here agreeing with Kim Jong-un in 2026, but he has become quite based. So there you go. You know things are getting wild when Kim Jong-un is becoming a global favorite. All right, here's another one. I feel like, guys, we can just call it what it is. Let's just say fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's send it. Marion Abelson for president 2028. Fuck it. Why not? You know what I mean, guys? Why don't we cut the bullshit, right? Why don't we cut all the mental gymnastics and all the theatrics? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just give her the reins. I think we just put her in. What do you guys think? You think we do it? We just say fuck it? Yeah, BB is VP. We just send it. Just send it. Marion for president. I don't even care. I've seen enough. She wasn't born here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I've seen enough. Put her in. She's in control anyway. Why don't we get rid of the theatrics, guys? Right? Let's get rid of it. I mean, MAGA means Marion Adelson governing America. That's what MAGA means. That's what it stands for. Like, again, why don't we say fuck it? Cut the mental gymnastics. Let's just put her in there. Right? She's running the country as is. We might as well. And to top it all off, guys, just to leave you until Friday with some good news, well, we also got BB saying this. Israel is prepared to wage full-scale war with Egypt and Turkey. Yes. BB letting everybody know what's coming next. So don't worry. We will for sure, I'm sure the United States will fund this as well. So we got this to look forward to. If you guys thought the Iran conflict was, the last you had to worry about, no. We also have it's like Fast and the Furious, guys. It's like Israel is like Fast and the Furious when it comes to wars, right? We had Iran 1, Iran 2, then we got what is it going to be? Iran, Tokyo Drift, right? And we got 2 Iran, 2 Turkey. Right? Turkey 5, 2 Egypt, 2 Turkey, right? These are all the new upcoming wars that we got to be ready for, right? Fast and Furious Inbred Edition. Yeah. There we go. So we got that coming for us too. All right. That's going to do it for this one. A little bit shorter show again, guys. We got to get through the rest of the super chats, and then that way I can get out of here, head over, meet up with JD. We got to get to that Dorf WWE wrestling tonight. So thank you all so much. Hope you guys had fun on this one. Kind of a funny episode. A little bit more comedy than usual, a little bit more shit talk than usual, but that's the way it goes. All right. So thank you all so much for sticking with us for the regular part of the show. Let's hit the super chats and then we will jump out of here. Thank you all so much. All right. Let's jump into it. Let's do it. I've got time. We'll make it. All right. Hillary called them super predators 15 years ago. There you go. Thank you, Jazz. Appreciate you. Bobby says, and they accuse us of psyops. Friggin' focus, people. Agree with you on that. JD now hat, Nate no hat. Marketing at its finest. Yeah, that's right. Jumpsuit Pablo covered it fairly. He's an ex-con. Okay. Talk about the case. Joe says, want to fix racism, put everyone in boot camp. Hour 1, they will tell you there is no race here, no exceptions. This is 100% true. It was like that at MCRD. Paris Island just saying, yeah, 100%. Like nobody gives a shit about race in the military typically. Everybody gets treated so bad, right, that there are no favorites. That's the great thing about the military is the military treats everybody terribly equally. So got that going. Bobby says, hey, BB, the midterms have nuclear material. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, we didn't do a poll. Did we do a poll? We were supposed to do a poll of if we thought the midterms. Did I forget about it? Did we do that poll? Let me go back and look here. I don't remember if we did that poll. We were supposed to do a poll if we thought there was going to be midterms or not. And now my poll won't load. I'll look here in a second. We did. What did we come to the 60% said yes, 40% said no. Ooh, it's pretty high for no's. When we're talking about an institution of voting going away in America. Not great. Thank you, Scott. All right, Murder Mitten says his pride was in the can when it came to the teleprompter at the game. LMAO. He then took a nap for the rest of the game. Oh, we're talking about old Donnie at the Knicks game. Yeah. What's the point of traveling anymore? Just left France, Germany, and the UK. It's nothing but aggressive Arabs and Africans. I can get that in Detroit. Is it? Because the actual population numbers don't. If you look at the actual population numbers, they don't justify that comment. I know we like to say that the UK is completely overrun, but Britain is 82% white. How white is America? A lot less than that. Europe is actually still far, far, far whiter than anywhere else in the world. So that's a little bit of a misleading statement. I know we like to say that, but based off of actual ethnic demographics, that's not true at the moment. Now it's going the wrong direction for sure. It's going the wrong direction for sure. Did you also know? I saw this. Just a lot of these things where you kind of get. It's fun, right, to push agendas. But I heard this one the other day that the UK, just white people are being just slaughtered in the UK, right? They're being murdered by all these migrants. You know what the only problem with that date with the and I go by data, actual numbers. You know what the only problem with that is? Well, white people are actually murdered at a lower rate than every other ethnic demographic in England, substantially per capita. So also not true. Again, I get it. I get the push. I know what the propaganda is for, but if you just look at the actual numbers, yeah, they're not really adding up to what people are talking about at the moment, right? It could get worse, but yeah, America is far, far more invaded, I guess you could say, than anywhere in Europe is currently. I support Ukraine. You may not, but my wife is from Ukraine, and trust me, shit's different when it directly affects people you care about, for sure. But guess what? Your wife lives in the United States, and you should not ask me to take money out of my money that I worked for, and you should not ask me to have that taxed to send to go fight a war in Ukraine that I don't give a fuck about. If you are 100% free to support it, I would highly suggest you open up your checkbook, your personal checkbook, you and your wife, and you donate that money to the Ukrainian government yourself. Do not ask me to do it, okay? Don't. I don't care if your wife's Ukrainian or not. God bless you. I hope you guys support that if you want. Don't fucking ask me to send my tax dollars there, okay? Do it yourself. Donate that money yourself. And that includes everywhere. Israel, Britain, Canada, Australia, Japan. I don't give a fuck who the country is. Do not ask me to take money that I worked for to send to some cause I don't agree with, period. If you want to support that, big thumbs up. You can donate that money yourself, okay? And if you're not donating that money yourself, then spare us, right? Again, don't fucking ask me to pay for some war for a country we're not allied with. It's just not going to happen. I'll never support you on that one. Nate, you're being silly. They're saying boo ump. Oh, okay. Please stop bombing. The art of the deal. Yeah, that's his tweet. Living in Utah, there's easily there's 100 million illegals in Utah. There's not even 100 million people in Utah, homie. There's only 350 million people in the country. So I don't think there's 100 million illegals in Utah. Come on. You guys are better than that. You can do better. You can do better than the silliness. All right. Cody says, I believe the midterms will still happen. We just won't be choosing the candidates by the time the election season rolls around. Our greatest ally already having the seating chart filled out like a VIP dinner reservation. Yep. 100%. Cody nailed it, right? They've already got all the name tags in Congress for who they want in power. But yeah, that's kind of my point too. There with that is I don't think we're choosing, like you just mentioned, Cody. I think we're going to be told who we're getting. This just in from Gummyland. We're all going to die. Well, that's not good. I did. I have this. Oh, do we want to watch it? I'm pretty sure that was the very last clip. The very last clip I got, I didn't actually pull it up. Let me see if I actually, it was the very last clip for the show. I don't remember if I saved it or not. Hopefully I did. Let me check real quick. And that's him, Dave Rubin, crying about how he got bullied by a bunch of teenage. Oh, here it is. Yeah. All right. I found it. You guys want to watch this? Want to watch Dave Rubin crashing out and crying about why he got cooked in that debate? Is because all the mean college kids were threatening him. Threatening his life. Yeah, let's watch this one together. He got destroyed. He got intellectually destroyed, by the way. But here's his excuse.
And I honestly believe several of them would have killed me if given the opportunity, truly. And you all know my guy Joey, who works for me, and he said to me after,
"Oh, the victim, the mega victim. Oh no!" Of course, Zionists.
He said, "Dave, I made a choice halfway through that if one of them was going to attack you, I was going to get involved." Because that's the level of tension. Like, I could feel the daggers coming at me. The ones that mostly they had horrible scowls on their faces, but the ones that smiled at me actually seemed like the most dangerous because they were like Joker smiles.
And the weird Joker smiles, it was so distracting and so unpleasant. You can't have discourse. I don't know how you pulled it off.
You know, truly, to sit around 20 people that have nothing but hatred for you. Like, there wasn't even I tried my best. I kind of didn't want.
Oh my God. I can't listen to him anymore. Oh my God. They were staring at me mean. They smiled at me, but it was like the Joker. Fucking pussy, dude. Oh my God. These MAGA dorks, dude, are just the biggest fucking pussies you'll ever find in your life, dude. They looked at me mean. That's why I couldn't focus. Oh my God, dude. You got intellectually fucking destroyed, Dave. You got asked questions you didn't have any answers to. You got embarrassed by college kids. Intellectually embarrassed. We watched it on the show. There was nothing any beyond that. Is that you just intellectually got embarrassed by a bunch of fucking teenagers. So no, they weren't out to get you, buddy. But yeah, we did see that one. Keyshawn says the mainstream media sure loves some black versus white. Yes, they do. Also, don't get calf implants. They'll put pagers in your legs. I'm just walking along and my calves blow out. Mossad rolls up on me and takes me out. Well, now I'm definitely not doing it. Now that I know that's how Mossad's going to get me. All right. Thanks, brother. Thanks y'all for doing for the show. Thank you, Burn Dog. Appreciate you. Alexander says the red pill will also use this as well. This is why I don't take them seriously. Yeah, we showed that. He wasn't piloting the helicopter, was he? The helicopter that got shot down? I don't think so. Typically, fixed wing pilots only fly fixed wing. Rotary only fly rotary. So, no, I don't think so. Cheap? I hate it here. Google called those boos cheers, and Trump said the NBA is left wing. Yeah. Those were cheers. Yeah, no, we definitely showed those were not cheers. Jobs are crushing at McDonald's. Just ask Trump. Yeah, thank you, Graham Bear. Twilight Jones says, so overwhelmed with winning, I'm about to blue ribbon file for bankruptcy. That's a funny one, too. Thank you, brother. Bobby says, okay, just want to know who's bringing the oil. You are JD. Have fun tonight, amigos. Tell JD I said hello. I will. We're not bringing the oil. We're there as spectators. I'm not wrestling any dwarves. Maybe we get JD in there. Maybe there's. I don't know if you can volunteer. But yeah, I'm not bringing any baby oil with me for the dwarves. Taco says getting in late. Donor class all loves culture war bullshit. Yeah, divide and conquer is easy if you're blaming your fellow poors. There it is, for lack of money. Yep, that's the point. Poor whites and poor blacks, keep them at each other's throat, right? How quickly could Trump pull out of NATO? Would probably. I don't know. I don't know exactly how this would even happen. Does he need congressional approval? Is it possible before midterms? Might be a stupid set of questions. No, it's a great set of questions. I don't have the answers for you. I don't know what it actually takes for the United States to pull out of NATO. I don't know if it would just be through just the president can make an executive decision on that. I would imagine Congress has to be involved in that. But again, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'll actually have to look that up. I imagine it's probably pretty complicated. It's probably not as easy as just Donald Trump like crashes out and says we're done. But again, maybe it is. But again, I'll have to look that one up. I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. Jessica says, thank you so much, Nate, for being so reasonable and smart about what's going on. You're my favorite podcaster. Never change. Well, thank you, Jessica. That's very, very kind of you and very generous of you. So thank you for the kind words. That's very, very nice of you to say. I'm glad. Glad to have you here. Bobby says, hello, three branches of government. 3 words for you. Read the room. We are waking up to your bullshit. Yes, the noticing has officially commenced, and it is not slowing down anytime soon, which is also going to make things very, very uncomfortable going forward, because typically the way this works, once we start noticing and the government still is trying to survive in its current state, and those things are going to clash with each other. So what's going to come from that? Censorship, deplatforming, who knows what else, but just have to wait and see. They're not going to go down without a fight. I know that, Bobby. All right, thank you. Dak says someone shit in the wash bay at work, and I'm pissed. Well, okay. I'm afraid. I'm sorry to hear that. That is unfortunate. That's something I wouldn't want to have to deal with at work either. So, thanks for letting us know. Todd and Cash are fucking okay. Not reading that out loud, but thank you. Where's Racket says, I went from never going to vote to if Thomas Massey and NTG run for independence, I'm all in. One last effort or admit we lost our country. Godspeed, Massey. Yeah, so if they run, this is who I'll vote for too. Obviously. Will it matter? Probably not. But will they let them stay alive long enough to get to the end? Probably not. But yeah, I would support this one too. But I don't know if we're going to see it or not. Hopefully we see something along those lines. We're going to have to wait and see. Coming up soon, once the midterms are over, that's when the names start getting dropped in the hat, and we start getting to see who's going to be our candidates. I don't see a race war coming on this one at all. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I think it's just too obvious, open and shut, that it's tough. It'll be a tough one. There'll probably be some looting, shit like that, because it's opportunist. But I don't think we're going to see it. I don't think we're going to see a Summer of Love 2.0 on this one. Talking shit is much better than taking a shit during an interview. Da-dun-sh. That's a good Donald Trump shit his pants joke from Bobby. Thanks, Bobby. You and JD make glittery signs for the little people thing. YouTube didn't let me send it with the M word. I think you have to say dwarf. You got to say dwarf, brother. No, we don't have glittery signs. We are going to take videos and pictures, though. Don't worry. I'll have plenty to show you guys on Friday. Texas is real says, please, everybody be careful with foods and sicknesses, diseases after watching Tommy G's episode today on bunkers. I'm extremely alarmed an engineered famine or plague is coming. I don't know. But given the current movement forward and what the global economy is looking like, and like that there most likely will be a famine if we don't figure this war out anytime soon. I don't know if it'll be engineered, but it does think like it's possible that it's coming. So thank you, Texas. Appreciate you. And yeah, you guys, I say it all the time, better to be prepared than unprepared, right? Might call me a doomer if you want, but better to be prepared than unprepared. Rubes, what's up, Rubes? Says, not even my 90-year-old grandma shits her pants. Karma is a bitch, Trump. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Rubes. The only qualifications needed is to be a Ziophant. Yeah, well. Trump didn't start wars. They're special operations. Yeah, special military operations, right? We've learned that one. Putin coined that one. The Trump campaign hired Ken Block to investigate voter fraud. He didn't find widespread fraud against Trump. Read his book, Disproven. I haven't read that book, but I would not be surprised. Again, I don't think voter fraud works in the way we think it works, as in like, oh, there's people who are like filling out fake ballots and showing up and dumping the ballots off. I think it's done digitally. I think the voter fraud is done digitally through backside software and sourcing that they can manipulate and control, rather than like physically having voter fraud. And you also can't track it that way, right? You can't track it digitally as well. Now, I guess you could through like a forensic accountant could like get in there and try to figure it out, but I think it's done digitally, more so than physical based. But again, who knows? I'm binging your content. Your channel is amazing. Well, thank you. You got a beautiful golden retriever here as well. Very, very kind of you to say. Thank you very much. Benny Johnson's cartoon post gives off a I'm totally not gay. You guys. Yeah, I know. God bless his heart, dude. God bless his heart. Projecting, right? You guys know like projection. Benny Johnson has I think there's a lot of projection that goes on some of Benny's anti-gay posts. Bobby says, when Levine speaks, I can barely contain the bile I feel rising in my throat. Yes. Sometimes you just got to let it out, right? When Levine comes on the stage, sometimes you need to just get that vomit out, right? And it makes you feel a little bit better. It's kind of like doing cardio, like really heavy cardio. You know, if you just like force vomit, get it out of your system, makes it a little bit easier to listen to Hannity and Levine that way if you're on an empty stomach. So, thanks, Bobby. I don't care if you're gay or trans, just stop messing with the kids and stop invading women's protected spaces. 100% agree with you. As you guys know, this is my takes on that. Super supportive of the gay community. Do not fucking get anywhere near the kids. And that's not just gay community. That's anything sexualized. I don't want straight base sexualized material being put in front of kids either. Straight, gay, it doesn't matter to me. Leave the fucking kids alone. They are children. Right? That goes for your fucking pedophiles. That goes for your groomers. That like all that shit. Against all of it. Okay, let's keep moving. It's AI meant to look like Dark Souls game. Okay. They've done a bunch of other ones, including Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, Candace Kirk, and others. Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that. It was really good. I randomly scrolled past that, and I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was a real video game. They had Erica Kirk as a boss in, which would have been funnier, I think, but good to know. I'll be on the lookout for that. Josh Pickle says there's something about a grown man shitting his britches on live TV. Might feel sorry for him. If not, well, for everything. Yeah, there's something special about Donald Trump just baptizing his britches on live TV. Sucks what happened to Jank, but considering the UK police will handcuff you after getting shanked, maybe a blessing in disguise. Yeah, the UK again. It's not. I don't think it's as bad as people are letting us on, but I mean, I'm sure it's bad in some areas, just like the United States is real bad in some areas as well. The midterms will occur without any outcome. Oh, excuse me. The midterms will occur, but any outcome Trump doesn't like will be held up in litigation as fake, keeping the winners from being sworn in and seated. I mean, we kind of saw that with Anita Grivalda, right? Like they didn't swear her in for like 2 months because she was going to vote to release the Epstein files. So wouldn't be shocked. John says, big man, thanks again for all your work. Put the fucking hat back on. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Rosemary's BB. Okay. Anthony got 35 years. Wait, did they didn't release the verdict yet, or they released the verdict. They didn't release the sentencing yet, did they? Did the sentencing? No, the sentencing is coming this week, I thought. Maybe it did. Do you guys see? Did the sentencing come out? Chat, it did. Chat, can we get a fact check on that? Not sentenced, 35 years. Not sentenced. Yes, it did. 35 years. Yes, 35 years. There you go. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think 35, he might do 17 and a half. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty generous. I would have given him the max, but I guess because he's 17 years old, he's a child. I don't know. Tough sell for me, but at least it wasn't 5 or 10. So definitely could have been worse. Whoa, why is my phone verifying my address out of nowhere? I've never seen it do this before. Is my phone getting the hell? And it just turned off. Is my phone getting massaged right now? What the fuck? I've literally never seen an iPhone do what my phone just did. Now it's off. Okay. I can't get it to turn back on. What the fuck? It said verifying address with some weird thing and then just shut off and it won't turn on now. Okay, well, that's weird. Okay, no big deal. I'll just yeah, I probably shouldn't. Yeah, I'll probably put it over here actually, just in case it's got some built-in lapel mic stuff going on. Yeah, maybe we'll put it over there for the safety. Burning Moose says, thanks for your work. Everyone look for the former Green Berets in your respective camps. This is true. This is actually true. If you are put in the camps, find yourself your local Green Beret to lead your resistance force and help you with the prisoner of war activities. That's 100% true. We do have a lot of training in that. Cooplin says, on day 6 of dragging my hose out back to water my Pennington smart patches, I'm so over it. Well, okay. Can you get some sprinklers maybe? I don't know. Maybe some irrigation. Thank you, Cooplins. Hardway says, sir, the frogs are starting to notice the water is getting hotter. So what? They're frogs. I get it. That's a good one. You look like the Taker without the hat. Undertaker? If I look like Undertaker, I fucking love the Undertaker. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a bad one at all. You want to debate me on Ukraine aid? There's nothing to debate. There's nothing to debate. You're asking me to send my tax dollars to a country that's not an ally. No, there's no debate. Fuck off. 0% chance I support that. No, there is no debate. Again, donate your own fucking money to the cause. Don't ask us to pay our money that we pay in taxes to go to a foreign fucking country. You donate that money. Okay? You get paid. You take it out of your own paycheck. Doesn't matter. I don't care what country it is. Ukraine, Israel, Germany, France, Japan. No, not my fucking tax dollars. Piss the fuck off. Period. You should have saved this super chat money and sent it to fucking Ukraine. All right? Because again, I don't give a shit about foreign countries and the wars they're fighting. Don't ask me to pay for it. It's pretty basic. We are America first on this channel, not some fucking random ass country first. It's the way it goes. And that goes for every single fucking country. Stop asking me to give my tax dollars to fucking foreign countries. Holy shit. 49 years ago in memory of the USS Liberty. True. Sonia Nintiet, German IRGC nurse, hostage in Somalia since May 2018. Government aborted a planned rescue op. Recent POL looks like bad. No funds needed. Only public awareness. Please look into her case. I've never heard about this one. Haven't heard about this one. If I see anything more about it, I potentially will look into it, man. But yeah, that's the first I've heard about this one. Okay. Did you see the guy drive to California and tried to vote? How'd that go for him? Yeah, you see, so everybody was saying, I'm just going to drive and go vote in California. It's like, yeah, and then you try to do it and you realize that you actually do have to provide ID. And if you try to do it illegally, they'll fucking arrest you. So I imagine it probably did not go well. Diddy had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Trump has 1,000 bags of diapers. Well, he needs them. Thank you, Eric. Bobby says 35 years, same as my cousin got at 20 years old. Texas predictable when it comes. You did, Bobby. Bobby said it was, didn't you say, Bobby, it would be 35 years? You called that. Oh, no, you said this kid will get 30. Yeah, Bobby, you were close. You were right there. I mean, that's pretty much almost right on the money. Yeah. Good prediction by Bobby on that one for sure. Thank you, brother. My local my local Green Beret is Tim Kennedy. Still go find him? Yes, actually. Look, if you are in a prisoner of war camp and Tim Kennedy is your only Green Beret there, yes, I would still highly suggest you go find him. He does have the Green Beret training. Okay. His stories aren't real, but he does have the Green Beret training. We're not going to take that away from him. We're not going to take his actual accomplishments away from him. Okay. But as for the other one, yeah. Let's see. But what's Vanessa say? It's a disgrace to have a guy in uniform talk like that to an army brother who's fighting for our own country's rights to our own tax dollars. Oh yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Don't worry about it, Vanessa. Don't worry about it. Anybody who, again, advocates for you to have your money taken out of your taxes to send to some other fucking foreign country is not the good guy, regardless of whether their wife is from that country or not. They are not the good guy. Okay. Never forget that. We are America first on this channel, not whatever fucking foreign country your wife is from. Okay. Go live there. And not only that, you know what? Actually, I see that he's in uniform, right? He's in a military uniform. How about you really put your fucking money where your mouth is? Because I have friends who are actually Ukrainian who have gone, that are American, that have gone and fucking fought the war in Ukraine. So how about you get off your bitch ass, put your money where your mouth is, and you go fucking enlist and go fight the fucking war yourself? How about that? You want to show everybody how much you support that country? Go. They'll take you. They'll take you. I promise you, they'll take you. Go enlist. Go fight the war. Okay? Otherwise, shut the fuck up and don't ask us to fucking pay for it. How about that? Does that go how you were hoping it would go? Probably not. But yeah, unless until I see you on the front lines, piss off, dude. You know what I mean? Because guess what? I fought the wars, but I fought it for my own fucking country, right? So that's the way it goes. Anyway, we don't support fucking sending money to foreign countries so that they can fucking kill people. It's just not a thing. It'll never happen. Never happen on this channel. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Speaking of fighting, I've got to, sorry, the catnip's particularly good. Munchkin loves the catnip. Love the catnip. All right. Thank you guys so much. Sorry that the the show is a little bit short today, but again, we've got we only did 2 hours tonight. But again, we've got to get out of here. We've got to, get off to go see JD. I got to meet with JD in about 20 minutes, guys. So that is going to do it for this one. Friday, I'm not sure what the show is on yet, but I know Vanessa is working on some good guests for the show. So we'll see what we can cook up for you by then. I'd like to get a guest show for this Friday. I know I said we would last Friday, but this Friday, hopefully get some guests on this Friday. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much. I'm out of here. I will show you guys some pictures and videos on a Monday. And thank you all so much. Thanks to all the moderators. Thanks to all the regular viewers, all the new viewers, if you're here, and all the super chatters as well. It's been a really fun episode. A lot of laughs on this one. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Got to get ready, and I will catch y'all on a Friday. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care.